The Industrial Revolution dawns, reshaping society with unprecedented speed. The promise of progress echoes across the land. Rural populations, lured by the prospect of work and opportunity, begin to stir. They flock to burgeoning urban centers, seeking a new life. Cities swell, their populations doubling and tripling in mere decades. Factories rise like iron giants, dominating the skyline. Their chimneys spew smoke, a dark plume that blots out the sun and darkens the skies. This mass migration strains existing infrastructure to its breaking point. Housing becomes scarce, leading to overcrowded tenements. Families cram into single rooms, sharing space with strangers. Unsanitary conditions breed disease, turning neighborhoods into breeding grounds for illness. The factory system emerges, a relentless engine of production. It transforms human labor into a cog in the machine, each worker a small part of a larger process. The work is repetitive, monotonous, and demanding. Workers toil for long hours, often in dangerous conditions. The air is thick with dust, and the noise is deafening. Accidents are common, and injuries are often severe. Children, as young as 5, are forced to work alongside adults. Their small hands and nimble fingers make them valuable in certain tasks. They crawl under machines, risking life and limb for meager wages. Their innocence is lost to the grinding gears of progress. They grow up quickly, hardened by the harsh realities of industrial life. The allure of a better life clashes starkly with the grim realities of industrial labor. The promise of prosperity fades as workers struggle to survive. Poverty is rampant, and families struggle to make ends meet. The gap between the rich and the poor widens, creating social divisions. This disparity fuels resentment and discontent. The seeds of social unrest are sown. Reform movements begin to emerge, advocating for workers' rights and improved conditions. Voices rise, demanding change and justice. The fight for a better future begins. The cries of the exploited echo through the factories and streets. The air is thick with tension, as the old order faces a rising tide of dissent. The wheels of change are slowly turning, grinding against the established norms of society. The future hangs in the balance, uncertain and fraught with peril. Will the promise of progress be realized for all, or will it remain a dream for the few? The answer lies in the hands of those who dare to challenge the status quo. The fight for a more just and equitable world has only just begun. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution is one of both progress and pain. It is a story of innovation and exploitation, of opportunity and hardship. It is a reminder that progress must be tempered with compassion and justice. The lessons of the past must guide us as we navigate the challenges of the future. The echoes of the factory whistle still resonate today, a reminder of the human cost of industrialization. The fight for workers' rights continues as we strive to create a more equitable and sustainable world. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution is a complex and multifaceted one. It is a story that must be told and retold so that we may learn from the mistakes of the past and build a better future. The challenges remain, but so does the hope for a brighter tomorrow. The spirit of innovation and progress continues to drive us forward. We must strive to ensure that the benefits of progress are shared by all. The fight for a more just and equitable world is a never-ending one. We must remain vigilant and committed to the cause. The future depends on it. The echoes of the past serve as a constant reminder. We must never forget the lessons learned. The journey continues. The relentless gears of progress continue to turn, but not without a heavy cost. The consequences of rapid urbanization and the factory system became increasingly apparent. Disease spread rapidly through the densely populated slums, claiming countless lives with each passing day. The air itself seemed thick with sickness, a constant reminder of the squalor. Workers, exploited and exhausted beyond measure, began to organize in secret. Whispers of rebellion turned into shouts for change, echoing in the grimy streets. They demanded better wages, safer working conditions, and shorter hours. A desperate plea for dignity. Trade unions emerged as powerful forces, challenging the authority of factory owners. These unions became the voice of the voiceless, a shield against the relentless exploitation. They advocated for legislative reforms, seeking to enshrine basic human rights into law. The factory owners, initially resistant, found themselves facing a growing tide of opposition. Reformers, appalled by the social injustices of the era, joined the fight. They pushed for child labor laws, seeking to rescue children from the jaws of the machine. Improved sanitation was another key demand, a battle against the filth that bred disease. Public education was seen as a beacon of hope, a way to break the cycle of poverty. Educated workers, reformers believed, would be empowered to demand better lives. The Industrial Revolution, initially hailed as a triumph of human ingenuity, faced a reckoning. The dark side of progress could no longer be ignored, the human cost too great to bear. Society grappled with its unintended consequences, the price of progress laid bare. The glittering facade of industry hid a world of suffering, a stark contrast to the promised prosperity. Newspapers carried stories of hardship and resilience, fueling the debate about the future. Some argued for a return to simpler times, while others believed in the potential of technology. But all agreed that something had to change, that the current system was unsustainable. The seeds of social change were sown, promising a future where progress is tempered by compassion. The fight for justice was far from over, but the first battles had been won. The air crackled with anticipation, a sense that the world was on the cusp of transformation. The reformers, union leaders, and ordinary workers continued their struggle, fueled by hope. They envisioned a society where progress benefited all, not just a privileged few. The path ahead was uncertain, but their determination remained unwavering. The lessons of the Industrial Revolution were being learned, etched in the hearts of the people. The pursuit of progress would never be the same, forever marked by the shadows of the past. The fight for a better future continued, one step at a time. Each victory, no matter how small, was a testament to the power of collective action. The spirit of reform burned brightly, illuminating the path towards a more just and equitable world. The revolution had begun, not with guns and cannons, but with ideas and determination. The echoes of the past served as a constant reminder of the stakes involved. The promise of a better future beckoned, a beacon of hope in the darkness. The fight for progress, tempered by compassion and justice, would continue for generations to come. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution served as a lesson for future generations. The importance of balancing progress with human well-being became clear. The need for social responsibility in the face of technological advancement was undeniable. The pursuit of a better world required constant vigilance and a commitment to justice. The seeds of change had been planted, and the future remained unwritten. The struggle for a more equitable society would continue, driven by the spirit of reform. The lessons of the past would guide the path forward, shaping a brighter future for all. The revolution of compassion and justice was just beginning, and the world would never be the same. The fight for progress would be long and arduous, but the hope for a better tomorrow fueled the movement. The spirit of innovation and reform would never be extinguished. The pursuit of a more just and equitable world continued. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution would forever shape society. The importance of empathy and compassion became increasingly clear. The need for collaboration and understanding was undeniable. The fight for a better future required unwavering dedication. The seeds of change had been sown, and the future was full of possibilities. The struggle for a more equitable society would continue. The lessons of the past would guide the path forward. The revolution of compassion and justice was just beginning, and the world would never be the same.